Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. I have a question for you. Do you think the delay of the video from KARL JOBST, where it's being said on Discord that he's giving it to the lawyers to review, do you think they're actually cutting a deal? That's right. KARL and Billy Mitchell cutting a deal. Well, let's explore this, guys. Look, from what I've seen, right, from the outside, and I'm no expert, I'm no lawyer, this is not legal advice of any kind, this is just you and me sitting down, talking logically of the situation this man is in. You know, it appears to me in his echo chamber, you have more people that hate Billy Mitchell than actually care about KARL JOBST, because they don't see the reality of what this man is in, right? So let's go over it. For those of you who don't realize, who just think this is about being right, that was determined a long time ago by the judge now, right? We know who won the case at this point. You know has all the chips right now, and it's Billy Mitchell. What are KARL JOBST's choices? They're very simple. You either owe about $378,000 US, which is approximately his attorney's fees, if that's to be believed, right? What he said, that's over 600,000 Australian, or is going to be on the hook for 630,000 US, right? How much do you want to lose? I mean, think of it like any man. Would you rather walk up to your wife and say, I lost $378,000 because I said something I shouldn't, or I was being stupid on the internet? I was pretending to be a reporter on the internet and lost that much? Or are you going to come home and say, I lost 678,000? Just imagine the interest payments on that kind of loan on 630, right? At 10% would be $63,000 a year. That's somebody's salary. You could be rich in other countries with that kind of money. It's mind-blowing. You could buy 2 houses with $630,000 cash. One of them nice, one of them a rental. I mean, you can do so much with that money. Regardless, you already lost what you paid your lawyers, right? That 378 is gone. The question here is, how much are you going to lose? And I don't know if they're having these come to Jesus meetings with KARL. Hopefully they have. Hopefully he's listening to him now. That's why they're reviewing this video. And they're having this talk. Because, you know, we can make fun of it. You know, I could tell him, hey, it's over. Time for a career change. And that's what he needs to know, right? It's not what he wants to hear, but it was what he needs to know. At this point, you got to keep it moving. You can't do the same thing because you're already exposed. I mean, we haven't even talked about Gerard, right? Forget about Gerard. He's on the periphery. You may want to start cutting that deal now before he comes to Australia, right? Because he knows he can just do anything. He could just show up with lawyers and make you sign. He's in a very, very bad position. You know, if everything that the court said is to be true, and the bad position he put himself in with leaked discords, it's really time for somebody that knows better than him to tell him that he's got to stop pretending being a reporter. He's got to stop pretending that he knows more about the law than judges and attorneys and all that stuff. It's just time to stop pretending and look at the reality. For you, if you're sitting there, right, are you going to owe 378 or 630? Which one are you going to choose? I can tell you what I choose. To lose the least amount of money. And you know what? Some people are not going to like it. Some people are not going to like you. That's the price you have to pay when you lose. But is their adulation worth $300,000 US? Hell no. Absolutely not. You can change careers, open up another business, do another YouTube channel, shit, talk about dinosaurs, talk about cars, talk about anything else. Keep the speedrunning part of it. Yeah, people are going to hate you, right? But is that hate worth $300K? Right? Are the people that feel at this point that you didn't tell the truth about how many lawsuits were going on? I was listening to Luss earlier today while I was sipping margaritas. And he said that he hasn't found any proof of that second lawsuit, which would mean for the people that did support him on multiple lawsuits that they were believing that because of what he said or wrote. I'm not sure. I think maybe both. That's what they were donating for. Right? Now you're in Gerard territory there. Right? And if you criticize Gerard for that and you didn't really have multiple lawsuits, what is Gerard going to do with that? Can you imagine? I mean, this is just lose, lose, lose in every single which way. And you're going to sit there and risk losing an additional $300,000 just to get the approval of people that you don't know on the internet? Are you going to spend more money to impress people you don't know with money that you don't have, like I've told you before? God, hopefully not. Hopefully he's sitting down with his lawyers and he's got another party in front of him that really just wants him to bend the knee. Right? That's all he wants. Billy Mitchell doesn't need his money. Right? Billy Mitchell could just say, forget about everything else. Just pay my lawyer's fees, probably $200,000, and we'll call it a day. That would probably be the best thing for him to do. If he got that kind of deal, he's going to have to do, it's probably going to be the Apollo deal, because that's what Billy's going to want. Right? He's going to want an apology. He's going to want a written statement. He's going to want a video. He want all those things that his fans are going to hate. But that's going to be a hell of a lot less damaging to his family, because nobody talks about his family. If you look at, the comments on the internet, is anybody concerned about the kid? No. It's all about how much they hate Billy Mitchell. Forget about Billy Mitchell. If I have a family, I got to take care of my wife and kid. So I eat crow. So what? So I lose a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel's not going to make $50,000 a month or $30,000 a month, whatever the hell it is. It's only going to make 10 or 5. Good. Whatever. I got to keep it moving. I got to find other sources of income. I got to better myself. Go back to school. Become a real journalist, not a pretend journalist that does rookie mistakes like this. Get checked. It's a learning process in life. Sometimes you take L's, and that's how you learn. And that's what this man is on right now. Is he going to take the deal? I'm sure his lawyers are telling him that he should, in order to avoid losing money. And are Billy Mitchell's lawyers in this 14-day period offering something? Probably. I would guess. I'm not a lawyer. Right? But this would be the perfect time to negotiate those type of things. So is that why this video was delayed? For his family's sake, I hope so. I don't want to see anybody destroyed or anybody eliminated or anybody off YouTube. KARL JOBST could keep moving forward. He's a good content creator. Probably not follow the same steps he has, but he could just keep on going, doing something else. And Billy Mitchell, he doesn't need the money, right? That's the one advantage that KARL is looking at that maybe some other defendants wouldn't be looking at. Because there's other people that won't take the money, right? If Gerard comes, do you think that you're going to satisfy Gerard with money? You're not. That's another rich boy. He lost everything. So on top of this, all this crap with Billy Mitchell, you're already facing something else with Gerard. Might be, possibly. He's threatening you. That's not a good position to be in, man. I cut my losses and keep it moving. I start negotiating with Gerard right now. Hey, dude, I'm sorry, man. It was my bad. Whatever. I don't want to spend another 200, 300K. I'm already a loss. Those are the kind of conversations you should probably be having if you're that much on the hole. And if he is having them, good for him and good for his family. He'll keep it moving. He's not going to make people on the internet happy, and that's okay. As long as he doesn't, blow another $300,000. I'm sure he can live with that. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.